Okay, and trust and believe everything I'm telling you is the 100% truth. The ladies are quiet in here. All right, but we got a great show. Let's get to the main event of why men are the weakest, and we were just describing it because men are in competition with women. No matter what you will tell a guy, you have opportunities, you can grow, you can become rich, you can become wealthy, right? Don't settle for less. Men typically are not going to follow that because they need their meat fixed. They need their salami to get wet. They need someone to love them. They need someone that they think likes them. So when you hear how women process relationships, they're saying they believe in love. Why? Because they're the receivers of love. So it's easy to believe in love if you're going to be the receiver. They can give you love, but it's conditional based on what you give them. So if there's nobody to give love to, they just keep the love here, right? But if you start doing shit, then they start giving you love, okay? And then it's conditional. It's predicated on more giving, more love. More giving, more love. We showed you that woman in the house, okay? So that was a conditional. The give was conditional. All of a sudden, all right, you're not so great no more, all right? In seconds. You seen it in seconds. 1 minute, you're jumping up and down. I love you, okay? The next minute, this is not fair. So the love is conditional. Now, since men are in competition, men got to pick up scraps. So what men will do is they'll try to say, well, listen, don't be like Shannon Sharpe. You can have money and get finessed. All right. So I don't want to have money. All right. Because having money, the woman's going to finesse me. So I'd rather find a woman that likes me and loves me who won't finesse me for my money. Well, people will say, if you get married and find a wife, that won't happen to me. Well, I'm on Sharpe. Okay. There's a lot of guys. The dude Corey with the girlfriend, the twin that wanted to graduate from marriage. All right. There's a lot of guys that get finessed into this love trap, and then they get God on the back end. So it's just as dastardly. Men over 50 are the highest rising group of people getting divorced. Men and women over 50. So they're telling a 58-year-old man to go get married to a woman near his age when that is the fastest rising group of divorcing couples in America. Okay? And he's got $100 million. He's going to get married to a woman his age, and he ain't going to get got. So he was in a situation where he was in a no-win situation. So he took the route of, hey, I'll just do this. By the way, Shannon Sharpe also paid for another woman's divorce and didn't even end up with that woman. Right? Come on. I don't believe Shannon Sharpe was married. He might have been, but he has kids. He has adult kids, at least one, possibly two. So he's already been there. He doesn't want to marry a woman that is in the age of fertility. As Kevin Samuels called it, the danger zone. I call it the last call. So if he gets with a woman that's in the age range of where people feel comfortable, 35 to 42, what if she wants kids? Because that group is the fastest rising group of women that are having children in America. So he's 58 and he goes where you think is comfortable. Oh, he should get no less than 35. Well, 35 to 45, he's susceptible to women wanting to have kids. So that's off the table. 35 to 50s off the table. 35 to 45s off the table. Okay. Many women that are 35 to 45 still have minor children. That's off the table. He probably wants nothing to do with minor children. He probably wants something to do with minor. Well, no. I'll take that back. But he doesn't want minor children. He doesn't want to be around that type of. He wants to just be. So now he's stuck with 50 to 60. And I'll be damned if I'm 50 dating a woman in her 50s. That shit ain't gonna happen. I ain't dating this woman with bunions and shit. And she's soaking her feet at night. She going to sleep with her Xanax and wine. Fuck that. I'll fuck a woman in her 50s, but that about it. All right. There's no way I'm going to be 58 earning $100 million fucking a woman in her 50s. So you see how fast you can take that age conversation and say, well, why wouldn't it make sense for him to date any woman under over 35? It makes no sense at all. Okay. Okay. Now, go here. But men are in competition, so you hear them doing weak man shit. Let's start with this video, and I'm going to play this video again just so you guys can get the point.
My wife, but 18 years, going on 19 years. My wife has never paid a mortgage payment. She's never paid a gas bill, electric bill. She's never paid a cable bill. She's never had to pay insurance for her cars. I pay for all that. But that's what a fucking man does for his family. I'm not on no pedestal behind it, but that's what a man does. A man takes care of his family.
This country ass ninja.
My wife shouldn't have to worry about a guy.
This is a slave shit.
Goddamn mortgage payment. She doesn't have to worry about the lights being on, gas being on, food in the motherfucking refrigerator. She don't pay for food. She don't pay for none of that. That's my motherfucking job.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Tell us, man. Tell us. Hold that beer, too. All right. And look at that beer belly. All right. But tell us, guys. In this situation here, he's putting himself as the epitome of masculinity and male provider mode. But we don't hear anything else. All right. What do you get in return? Oh, you shouldn't expect anything in return if you're this guy, which is a problematic conversation for men today. Men in that era might have been fine because she might have been taking care of the kids. She might have been doing something in return. He didn't say. Today's women are essentially saying, no, you're going to start there. That's going to be the starting point. What am I going to get in return? Not much. But as a man, you're supposed to do this. This is how you're going to be judged. A little sneeze there. All right. Now, what else do we have? All right. Are we all clear? You're all cleared up. All right. Maybe we're not. All right. Yes, we are. All right. So what else is in the bag here? Let's take Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone says this.
Cheated on me, I wouldn't leave her. I'd be like, man, I screwed up, man. What happened? Did I pay too much attention to this? Too much attention to the business? Too much attention to the social media? Money's like a jealous lover. You don't pay attention to it, it's gonna find somebody else to bed with. How often do I look at my finances? Every day, man. Every checking account, every savings account, every IRA, every Keo. If you got one checking account with $3,000 in it, look at it. If you ignore it, it will go away. Money loves attention. If my wife cheated on me, I wouldn't leave her. I'd be like, man, I screwed up, man.
All right, so in this situation, if my wife cheated on me, I wouldn't leave her. Now, this guy is supposedly a billionaire, right? He's not Shannon Sharpe. He is not cheating on his wife. He is not with 19-year-old girls. He's the opposite. He's what they're telling men to do. He's what they're telling men to do. Men, go get married. Matt Walsh. There's another guy. I can't remember his name. They're like, see, this is why men should just go find a wife and be married. And at the end of the day, they want to put you in this position right here. Okay? Right here. Position number 1, position number 2. They're not going to call that out. They're not going to call this out. The track cons are not going to call this out. Not only that, if she cheated on you, it wouldn't matter. You're getting divorced anyway. And she's going to take half your shit because affairs don't matter in a no-fault divorce court. So you have to think like this as a married man. You have to think like this because you don't have any other recourse if she does cheat. So paying attention to her, you're not paying attention to her no more. She cheats. And you say, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Or you say, nah, I ain't dealing with that shit. All right, you can't cheat on me. She's still getting half your shit. So he's got to go, hey, well, I guess I better pay attention to you a little bit more. Now, this is a weaker position. So the man's able to do what? Provide, protect, pay bills, pay 100% of the bills, expect nothing in return, give love also. Give love, give houses, give cars. While women have their own sense and burden, all right, which we can discuss, but women will say their burden is harder. I would disagree, but listen, we all have our burdens. We all have our burdens, but also, even when we're victimized, abused, there's nothing we can do. So we have to be in a situation of weakness here. You've given up your strength. Now, let me show you something. You know what this is? Look at this. Y'all didn't think I had one of these. Y'all didn't think I had one of these right here. All right. I don't be reading it. There ain't no highlight marks in here. But I got the Holy Bible right here. And do you think I'm going to say something against the Lord holding the Holy Bible? Y'all heard me do it before, but you want to hear me do it with the Bible in my hand? All right, we'll do. But we have right here, what is this book? What is this book? I know it's the Bible, but what is this? What is this? This is the King James Version right here. Right here, this is the King James Version. What is this book? You know what this book is? Somebody typed this in Locals the other day, and it's true. And yes, Adams 3:16 is in there. Right here. Adams 3:16 says, right, what is this book? Let's see if y'all got it. Somebody says stories, population control. All right. The Red Pill Manual, a book that warns men about women. Yes, sir. You guys are right. Yes. This is a book. The majority of this book is just a warning to men about women. Right here. This is just a warning, a constant, steady warning to men about women. Adam and Eve, Samson and Delilah with the Philistines and hookers, and then Delilah's sneaky ass. A man would rather live in the corner of a tin roof in the hot desert sun than to be at home with an honorary beach. The book of morals, the Proverbs 31 woman. Find you a good woman. Right here. And so forth and so on and so forth and so on. Most every lesson in here that the men learned in this book related to women. So all it is men before you telling you about what women do. All right, that's all it is right there. All right, women gonna do this and women gonna do that. That's what the book is right here. All right. Elijah and who? Jezebel. Elijah said, I'm going.
Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard, you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace. And coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it, so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out.
Going off into the desert. Fuck y'all, man. And tell me when Jezebel is dead. All right. I'll come back then. Go off into there. These are stories that warn men about women. Right? The majority of the book is that. The majority of the book. So, with this being said, there's nothing new under the sun. Many people who say they follow this book tends to be, they leave that part out. All right? They leave that part out. All right? They just go into the monogamy and doing the right stuff, and they'll do the other things. Maybe they do find a Proverbs 31 woman. Who knows? But what happens is we think what we're experiencing in our world to be with modern women, but no, men before experienced the same thing, and we just didn't listen. So we constantly need CGA's book. We need someone else's book. You constantly need daily reinforcement. The people who are ahead of the church now, they want you to not look at this book as a warning to men about women. Okay, but this is essentially what it is, and we're doing this now. We're saying, hey, they'll do this, they'll do that. I'll come up with my own phrases, my own scriptures, my own verses. But what will happen is the men who do not like me, they'll find a reason to not listen to me. All right, you're old, you're ugly, you're bald-headed, you got divorced, you got this, you got that, somebody left you, the woman left you, and now they'll find a reason not to listen. But most of the time, these men are choosing weakness. Let me show you one more, and then we'll get to these slides. Today's men, when I challenge them, guys, get your money up. Get your money up. All right, you got to boss up. Okay, because broke men aren't going to get the woman they want. They're going to get the woman they can get. Let me say it again. Broke men are not going to get the woman they want. They're going to get the woman they can get. They don't hear me. They say, well, listen, Punani is Punani. I'm going to get some, right? Or I'm going to get it fast. I'm going to get it cheap. I'm not going to pay, whatever it is. Their argument is, well, women give up sex to a lot of broke guys, which is true. This is very true. Women do give up sex to a lot of broke guys. In fact, when they're in that age range, 13 to 19, 13 to 20, maybe slightly older, that's what they do. And it would make sense because what type of money does she need? All right, she doesn't have a great need for money. So what they'll say in their weakness is they'll say, well, since that guy gets these type of girls for free and being broke, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, is that strength or weakness? In this book, it talks about women and kings. They will take down kingdoms. It also talks about they will set your ass up with pillow talk if you hang around them long enough and give them your secrets. But these guys would say, you know what? At that point, it would be better for me to just not be anything and try to get sex as opposed to being something and using that leverage to get sex. So that way, if I don't have anything for her to use me for, she must like me and I can use and discard her at will. So the guy wants to be able to play the Pookie role. For some reason, Pookie is the guy that they can go after. I had to set a lot of guys straight. Are you Pookie? But it's easier for men to pursue and be Pookie than it is to be successful. Then they'll take a successful male and say, see, look at what happened to him. I won't do it. I don't want to leave with my wallet. I don't want to be used for my money. Yeah, I can understand that. So is that a strong position or a weak position? You're choosing to be broke. You're choosing to be less than to get some sort of woman that you think is good enough, the woman you can get, as opposed to being strong across the board, as opposed to having some sort of dick discipline. Like, we got to have an honest conversation about this. Let's go a little bit further. Take a look at this position right here, this picture. Yeah, thug maxing. How many men do you think are actually dominant males versus weak males, submissive males? We have a lot of submissive males in our world today, where they will lick and worship the ground a woman walks on, and they will do just about anything the woman says. In their mind, they believe that they're in a position of strength. In their mind, they think they're in a position of power. They're in a position of authority, but not so much. They're actually just worshiping the ground that she walks on for some reason. Maybe because it's in the Bible. All right, we should worship women. I have no idea. I don't know if that's in the Bible. But lots of men will choose this position right here. Lots of men. So not a lot of guys are red pill. Not a lot of guys are masculine. Not a lot of guys are hyper masculine. As a result, women are choosing only a small percentage of men to be with. This woman was with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years. He was supposedly beating her from pillar to post. Okay? She stayed. Only until she figured out, oh, he's got another girl. Then she wanted to dip and be the victim. How about this? Let me show you this real quick. Here's my next slide. Men are the new women. Take a look at this. See what we got. Let's line this video up. Look at this.
Over here got his gal. He's got his gal. Look at her. Look at her. Yeah. Look at that. In the heels. Homie's sitting here in his little dorky ass. Homegirl's over here handling it.
All right, what you're seeing is, and if you're listening by podcast,
what kind of fuck you give me?
We have a Ling Ling in heels and some stockings, all right, or some high socks, some knee socks, just role playing, changing a flat tire, which looks like they've had a tire blowout. That's why the tire's like that. And she's working the wrench, and she is unscrewing those nuts. Pause. But she also has 2 men standing around her, and she's doing the work. Okay?
Absolutely handling it. Look at this. Hey, she's handling it. What are you doing, Hope? She's handling it right there. What's up? She's the expert. Yeah.
You need her all say.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and so there's Ling Ling right there. There's Ling Ling. All right, shout out to Ling Ling.
What kind of fuck you give me?
And some limp-wristed Californians. All right, and not only are the dudes limp-wristed, the guy that's yelling out the window is just as limp-wristed. All right, so you got just 3 cucks. All right, Ling Ling and the 3 cucks. All right, because all of these dudes, look at this dude's bill right here. All 3 of these dudes are shitty dudes. All right, and Ling Ling, this is where men are. Like, you think men out here are all masculine? You got a lot of effeminate men out here. And these are the men who pursue women in weakness. Okay, so when they're battling the modern dating landscape and modern women, and they're battling feminism, and they're battling the dating marketplace changing, you got to remember, most dudes are like this. All right, just giving praise to women for doing shit. Yeah, get out there, bitch. All right, get them goddamn nuts off and work them nuts. All right, and the other dudes standing around. So when you look at it, look at this dude, beer belly. And that's his girlfriend that he probably paid. I don't pay, coach. Okay, I don't pay. Probably it's not even her car. It might not even be her car. All right, but the way he's looking, this is how men are prepared today. So when you hear men saying, or a woman says, hey, I met a man, I'm 40 plus years old, and I met a man in his 40s, he married me. Most of the guys are weak. They're not strong men. They're not the men she wanted. They're not even the woman he wanted. Let me say that again. These scenarios that when I say, I don't know why women over 35 are so obsessed with settling down and get married. Some women will say, hey, coach, I'm 42. My husband that married me is 49. We got married. Boom. That wasn't the man she wanted, and she wasn't the woman that he wanted. He took any goddamn thing. Just like when broke niggas tell me, well, broke Pookie gets to fuck. Girls, you're taking who you can get, not who you want. Is that strength or weakness? It's tough out here for everybody. Trust me. It's tough out here with everybody. Dating is tough. Relationships are tough. But you're saying something is a win, and I'm saying something is a loss. Okay? Just because goofy, weak-ass man married you when you were 42 doesn't mean you disprove what I'm talking about, because there's a complete thought process. But this is where we are. This is where we are. This is how we're bringing up young boys. This is how we're bringing up young girls. All right. The young girls are the ones ready for life, and the young boys and men are not. They just want pussy. Every day this nigga wakes up figuring out how he can bust a nut. That's it. You don't think about nothing else. And he be on my goddamn YouTube channel talking shit. Not only about these women, but about me. Meanwhile, the women are somehow processing life. They're getting through life. They're going to need us if there's a war. No, they're not. Not anymore. Not these niggas. Not any one of these three guys. All right? They're going to do okay compared to these three men. These men are going to be nuts hanging. Pause. Okay. Moving forward. We got this scenario. We got the Shannon Sharpe scenario obviously going viral. But let's look at it. Are men leading in strength or weakness? Well, we got dick discipline, obviously. That's going to get us weak. So it seems like, although we're stronger, bigger, better, faster, the prize, it seems like these women are getting rewarded very easily for doing something they would do for free or for very little money. Okay, we showed you this one right here. For very little money. All right, I'll do it for very little. I'll do it for free. But for somehow, all of us, when I say all of us, I'm including myself. Men get weak real fast for some ice cream cookies, for some uncooked Cinnabons. Not just for those, we got this. Women are able to figure out how to manipulate bigger, stronger, better, richer, taller, faster. How is this possible? Well, in fact, men are the weakest fucking link. Pussy over everything. Because for some reason, that's our goal. That's what we're programmed to do. Okay? So now we got a woman damn near at the end of her fertility, able to get a 20-year head start, 20-year leeway all the way to 58 right off of his work, off of his back. So now I want to ask you something. How different is what she's doing from this? What's the difference? She about to get the same damn result right here. The only difference is she's not married. But she about to get the same result as this. She never paid a bill. She never paid a mortgage payment. She never paid and she got a 23-year-old to nut up in this 39-year-old. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? This is Jalen Green of the Houston Rockets with an old, washed-up Instagram model named Drea Michelle. Now, Drea Michelle been in these streets for a long time. And she got with him at age, late 30s? And he's barely 23. Okay. Next one. Al Pacino. He got him a basic gordita, right? He got him a basic gordita. And for some reason, she's 29. He's in his mid 80s, 83-ish. She's 29. When we talk about strength versus weakness, when we talk about how we can get wealth transferred, how you can put your hard-earned goddamn bucks and money, all right? And the woman, all she got to do is lay on her back and get papped. Something she would have done for little to no money, but somehow finds all she has to do. This gives women hope. All she has to do is find the right guy to lay with. So first it was Mick Jagger. Now it was Al Pacino. And she good. Now, Al Pacino, 83, is on child support. Yes, He's paying her child support. And apparently it was his kid. So, but the family said he can't even get an erection, pause. But she was still able to figure it out. All right? She was still able to figure it out. Who's the strength? Who's in strength? Who's the strongest? Who's the smartest? Is it men or women? You have to ask yourself. We are the prize, no doubt. We definitely the prize. All right? That cannot be disputed. That cannot be disputed. That cannot be disputed. Now, some of y'all are not the prize, all right? So it is what it is. But that cannot be disputed. They are able to do exactly what they would do on a regular day, only to come out ahead. What's the next one? Anthony Edwards. So this woman has a baby by another rapper, okay? He's also a rapper basketball player. But let's ask you this. This woman probably been ran through for a long time, all right? Long time, all right? I don't know where she's from. She's probably got a lot of sex under her belt. But all she needed was 2 nuts from men who are willing to hand over $1 million for a nut, okay? For a nut. And that is work. You did all that work, all those basketball shots, all that running up and down the court, all that guarding Kobe Bryant and LeBron, and then easily handed over, getting them betwixt them legs. Easily. So the whole idea, white women gonna do this to you. Really? Because I know black women doing it to you too. So it don't matter what the race of the person is. Mexican women doing it to you too. It don't matter. And guess what? I got another one for you. Ling Ling's gonna do it to you too. All right. I wish this race element would stop. But it's never gonna stop because people are ignorant. In this game of man, woman, date, love, romance, sex, it don't matter if she black, white, Puerto Rican, or Asian. The game is the same. The game is the same. What about this guy, Kevin Gates? Is this weakness or strength? He got the last phase of whoredom. She's a religious person. And Kevin Gates is scooping it up like it's new ice cream. These are all celebrities. These are all people you supposed to look up to. And we all get got. Zion Williamson and another one of these girls supposedly trying to scoop him up for money. We also have Tyreek Hill. Just yesterday, his estranged wife now says he was abusive and never cared for their 4-month-old daughter. So not only is he having problems with his, they call it a strange wife, but I guess she just filed for divorce. But now we have an intense custody battle, and we got him with 4 or 5 kids. Anthony Edwards, same thing. You got to ask yourself. If men are the prize, are women the strongest here? Right? Be able to procure all of this attention, their seed, which is their energy, their time, their money, their attention, which we call meat over here. Money, energy, attention, and time. If you met Zion Williamson and said, "Hey Zion, can we hang out?" Can we hang out? He'll be like, "Hell no." But if this woman walks up, he's hanging out all day long. So we're seeing just a transition of money and power where you do have to question at this point. Although the men are the prize, the women got to be the goddamn strongest at this point. Anybody disagree? They got to be the biggest finesse out here, especially if you have money. It don't matter if you don't got money at this point. Same thing as this buzzard right here. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money. All right. Guess what? You gonna say his pimp game is strong for some reason to make yourself look better. He ain't got no money. Still looking weak as a motherfucker. Look at him. Like he's standing like he gonna go in there and help. I'm fixing to help. You ain't fixing to do shit. What about him? He don't got no money, but he spent all of it. What about this guy? He got money. My wife cheats. I don't leave. All right, I think I made my point. Let me make sure. And that's why I'm the king of kings. Okay? Yeah.
Check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world order.